Akademiks thinks Roc Nation is secretly funding Drake's RICO.
Who else has any type of interest in Drake's music, or maybe money that Drake's getting? Obviously, Roc Nation becomes one of those interesting figures. Now, some people might be like, oh, everything is Roc Nation. Well, we're going off actual and tangible proof. Roc Nation deposed me for a non-related case and asked me about Drake and Steak.
What's up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Join the membership, and all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. So I did a video a few days ago at the beginning of the year about the Drake, Steak, RICO, the civil RICO, right? And I told you that Drake was a part of a deeper, darker criminal link, right? I said, go check out that Jay-Z track, Dope Man, where he says, we're not even going to speak about Murder, Inc. That establishes a deeper, darker criminal link. And I told you that Drake linking up with Steak in and of itself was a deeper, darker criminal link, and that Drake wasn't a very smart criminal because he kept putting his crimes on tape. Him and Adin Ross were showing themselves, giving each other gifts through the Steak tipping app, upwards of $100,000, where it couldn't be traced to or from who sent what to who. The only reason they would know that that money is sent because Australia is based in a different, Steak is based in Australia, and they don't have to disclose these things. So the only way for the feds or whoever to know how that money is being sent is for the actual sendee or the recipient to say that they sent it. So it's pretty much almost a money laundering thing where you could move that money through the Steak app as a tip, right, without it being red flagged by the United States government. So I said all that to say this. There is a civil RICO with, it names Drake, it names Adin Ross, it names, I believe, the Grand Wizard chat guy over there that runs the Akademiks TV, right? I believe his name is George Nguyen, something like that. And all three of them are being named in this civil lawsuit. Let's be clear, this is not a criminal case, this is a civil case, and it was created allegedly by Lashana Ridley and Tiffany Hines. They are the plaintiffs, and they're suing for $5 million, right? Well, it's a civil lawsuit where they're saying that you can add more defendants or plaintiffs in the case, and the money will increase. And so if more people come that have gambled on Steak and this, that, and the third, if more people come and say they were unfairly bilked by Steak or what have you, however they're structuring this, that money is going to go up. And that's why they have high-powered attorneys, this, that, and the third on the case, because they expect this thing to balloon up into the billions, right? So they can hit Steak with this $1 billion lawsuit and get at least a settle, like for them to buy it out and settle it out of court. And that way they're looking at it like, we got our money, we could go ahead and go home, right? Akademiks think that he's speaking on it, and he thinks it's deeper than that. He thinks that this is funded by none other than the dastardly, fiendish Roc Nation in his mind. But we all know that Akademiks thinks everything is by Roc Nation. If you are a supporter of Tory Lanez in any kind of way and a supporter of Akademiks, God knows why, you think everything is plotted by and created and structured by Roc Nation, and that's it. That's all you want to hear. I don't understand that logic, but that's what people want to think, that Roc Nation and the Desiree Perez, whatever her name is, they think that they go around all day and night thinking of ways to get at the people that they don't like. I'm sure they got other things going on, but that's what Akademiks believes. Now, he makes some points about when he was in his deposition, they started asking him about sending money to Drake. That is actually phishing. So they were phishing for information, and his answer was, I didn't send anything. But they actually are phishing. So he has a leg to stand on with his hypothesis, right? Let me read this article. We're going to have a conversation. This is by Gabrielle Braz Navarez on hotnewhiphop.com, HNHH. On online. All right, so let me read this. I like to say who the author is in the website. Okay, DJ Akademiks doubts the conspiracy theory about Drake's civil RICO lawsuit. There's a lot of people saying this, that, and the third. He's saying a lot of them they have no merit, but the Rock Nation one, he's buying that. Let me read this. Many people have speculated on the veracity of the accusations against Drake, but DJ Akademiks took things a step further. The civil RICO class action lawsuit against Steak, Adin Ross, and Drake has caused a lot of fan debate, and the court of public opinion is divided. On the side of folks questioning this legal move, DJ Akademiks recently took to his live stream to speculate on what might be going on. Now, you got to put this in perspective. If any of you are new here and you don't understand, Akademiks is always going to cape for Drake. So whatever answers he come up with, they're going to be built around building a defense for Drake. So you got to go in with that in mind before you listen to anything he has to say. He's building a defense for Drake. So this is Drake's attorney at this goddamn point. So you got to start with that logic. So let me read this and see what he's cooking up. As called by Joe Budden Clip's fan page on Twitter, he first noted that the plaintiffs in this case, LaShauna Ridley and Tiffany Hines, seemed disconnected from the gambling and music business. Then Ak brought up a high-powered lawyer on their side, which suggests to him that there's big monetary backing in hopes to disrupt, harass, or possibly later try to get information about the Six God. So that right there could lead you to say it's UMG. Right? He goes on to say that it can't be UMG because they have their own self-interest. They would not try to bring him in up this stuff with the bots, this, that, and the third, because it'll lead back to them. So he's saying it ain't UMG, but it got to be somebody in his mind, somebody bigger, darker, like some fucking mind flayer shit. And I called actually Steak owner the mind flayer, that he was mind flaying Drake. And having Drake pupperized going on, he getting all these people to gamble on Steak. I said that in the last video. Go watch that video if you're interested in hearing that. But I feel like they always got a conspiracy. There's always someone bigger. It can't be that these two young girls just decided that I gambled on Steak, lost my money, and I'm sitting here looking at Drake and them. It seems like a scam. So let's figure out how we can get paid from this scam that they're getting paid from. It could be something bigger, just like with all those Diddy and Jay-Z, when they came out with all these accusers, this, that, and the third, what he had 60 people, 30 males, 30 females. It was Tony Busby. When he came out, that was a big push to get a really giant bag off Diddy and Jay-Z, and they shook down a lot of people. Some people just paid. They're not saying it in the media, but some people really just paid Tony Busby so that their names wouldn't be disclosed. And a lot of people stepped away. They gave up $2 million, $3 million, whatever it was that they paid, they walked away. So this could literally be that. They hope that Drake, Steak, all these people, Steak got a lot of money, gang. I think Steak and them makes several $100 million. Y'all don't remember what the number was, but $4 billion, some crazy shit a year. So they got money that you can shake them down. It won't even feel like an orange fell off the tree. So they can pay that and be done with it. So this could be a shakedown. Well, I mean, it's obviously a shakedown, but this could be something where they're hoping to just get the settlement early, and we moving with our lives. Now, what I said in the other video is most of these lawsuits though against these casinos, these online casinos, they don't go anywhere, right? Steak is an online casino that claims to be a social casino that has gold coins, which are worthless in the real world, right? Gold coins are worthless. They just allow you to play the machines. Now, when you buy the gold coins, they come bundled with the real coins, right? Theirs happen to be crypto. Comes bundled with that. It's a separate kind of coin. Sometimes they call it a sweepstakes coin. So you get the gold coin, you get the sweepstakes coin. Now you can go in and switch to use your gold coins or your sweepstake coins, which are for real cash, or in this case, crypto. A lot of these sites are popping up. Now, when you buy the crypto or sweepstakes coins, you can switch over and use those. And when you win, they cash out to real coins. There's 150 lawsuits right now against these online gaming sites that is saying that is illegal. You're going around the legal justice system of America because, for one, most of these companies are out of the country. They're not in the territory where they can be prosecuted. But they're skirting around that by saying we're not giving them real coins. We give them gold coins, and then they use the gold coins in conjunction with their sweepstake coins. They can choose either one. Then if they win the sweepstakes, then they get paid out like it's Publishers Clearinghouse, and we pay them in real money because they won a sweepstakes. They did a long way around it. It's genius, but they made it so that they can gamble and get real money under the guise of these sweepstakes. So these people are having a lawsuit against that, but these lawsuits, like I said, these guys got so much money, they go nowhere, they fizzle out. Akademiks is saying this one is probably funded because it takes so much money to even get these lawsuits off the ground. He thinks it's Roc Nation, the nefarious, dubious Roc Nation, Jay-Z, and them scoundrels over there at the Rock, right? Let me continue. Most significantly, he brought up Roc Nation, but he has his doubts about that speculation as well. Specifically, the instance of DJ Akademiks' Roc Nation deposition over the Milagro-grams and Megan Thee Stallion case came up. He has to act like he's kind of in and out there, so he'll throw these hints out there. Well, is it Roc Nation? It's like throwing shit to the jury, and then they say, you know what I'm saying? They'll remove it from the jury, but the jury already heard it. So he got to act like, well, it may not be, but he'll throw it out there and say it's Roc Nation and be like, well, I'm not so sure. So he's going to act like he's in the middle in the fence, but he's really trying to say it's Roc Nation. Let me continue. Specifically, the instance of DJ Akademiks' Roc Nation deposition over the Milagro-grams and Megan Thee Stallion case came up. He claims they kept asking him about the sixth god, aka Drake, allegedly sending him money despite having nothing to do with the case at hand. In addition, regarding another theory, Akademiks doesn't believe Universal Music is behind it. He thinks they might want retaliation for the Toronto's Superstars defamation lawsuit against them over Not Like Us, but the media giant brushed this theory off because he doesn't think the label would accuse their own artists of botting. Botting claims are central to the Drake lawsuit. As such, DJ Akademiks thinks that Roc Nation, see, it's all over the place. He's up and down, is more likely and a, quote, leading suspect in this civil RICO lawsuit, although he doesn't think this is truly a conspiracy theory. He just finds it slightly probable due to the aforementioned deposition. He's bouncing all over the place because he doesn't want to get sued. But what he's really trying to say is they trying to shake me down so they can get some dirt on Drake, and he thinks it's Roc Nation. But he don't want to say it outright because then he'll be back in another deposition. So he's trying to bounce all around, but he really just said they're the leading suspect. Right? So he's leaving it open for you to determine. He putting a little seed in your head. So you can go back and say, that dude Jay is kind of dastardly, right? So now it's in your head. Now his job is done. Right? This is what Akademiks does. Just plant seeds, right? Not to mention it's all over, whatever he's thinking is all over Akademiks TV by the Grand Wizard chat guy, right? Let me continue. He just finds it slightly probable due to the aforementioned deposition. Rather, Act's real assessment is that this lawsuit is most likely a money shakedown that won't go nowhere due to the alleged factual inaccuracies and unfounded claims. A lot of the stuff that they're claiming in this lawsuit, we saw for ourselves. Like, if you go on, if you backtrack a little bit, a lot of these things in the lawsuit, there is video evidence of it. They didn't make up a lot of this shit. They show Drake and Adin Ross sending money back and forth through this app. A lot of the things that they testify to in the paperwork is already in the Zoom call between, I don't know why they did these Zoom calls, but Stake and have Drake, Adin Ross, Party Next Door, quite a few other people talking about what's going on. They got screenshots of Drake in these chat rooms complaining about what was going on behind the scenes with Stake. He put it in chat rooms that other people could see, and those became videos that I've watched, and I've gained information from those as well. Like how he has to submit money. I mean, he has to spend his money, and then he reimburse from the guy of Stake, and the guy of Stake didn't want to reimburse him 1 month, and it caused a lot of friction. Drake said that himself. Allegedly, I saw it, and then it kind of blew up online. A lot of people started reporting on it. And that's where this lawsuit came from. You can't say it's conjecture when they have you doing it with your own account. I told you in the other video that somebody came and told Adin Ross that Drake had quit Stake that day. Adin Ross stopped the stream and went and looked and said, God damn it, he really did. He quit Stake and quit Kick because he was upset over not being paid by the guy from Stake. All of this stuff is out there. They're saying that Drake gets paid monetary money to gamble. They're saying that he doesn't disclose that. They're saying that a lot of stuff that they're doing is illegal. So it's not conjecture. The lawsuit sheds was right there in your face. Everything they're saying, you see it online. So I don't know what Ack is talking about, but that's, like I said, Ack got to make a defense for Drake. He's the goddamn Drake's attorney at this point. Let me continue. He does think that The Rock could be partially responsible, along with entities in the gambling world that are looking for a payout. There is no factual information or confirmed reports suggesting that Roc Nation is in any way involved in this lawsuit. Despite his personal suspicions, Akademiks doesn't believe that there's a conspiracy theory. Well, I don't know what you call that if it's not a conspiracy theory. If you're saying they're behind this nefariously secret, then it's a conspiracy, right? So like I said, he can't get sued. He can't put himself in harm's way. He's going to try to save face. But you're literally hearing Akademiks, rightfully or wrongfully, accuse Roc Nation, right, in an underhanded way, like, they maybe could have possibly, but he's accusing Roc Nation of funding the Drake RICO. And that's it. That's all I got. Do what you will with that information. But at the end of the day, Akademiks is out here trying to shift the narrative. It can't just be these two girls opened up a lot. I do believe the girls were approached. Let's just be honest. They probably were approached, but they could have just cooked this shit up and went and found an attorney. He found another attorney, and now it's going to be a whole thing. State probably pay this out because this is going to get more traction than the other lawsuits. It's already bigger than the other ones already. We never heard of none of the other ones before. Now, this one, by them making Drake name attached to it and saying the stuff that's already online, they put that in the lawsuit. It's a different case now, gang. I'm out of here, man. Let me know what you think. Head on over to black-yeti.com. You got to put the dash in there. Make sure you do that. They ship all over the continental U.S. Let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night, 9:15 on all my social media platforms. We go live on The What Show. Me, TJ, and Fliz. Tap into that. And we got a new video called This, That, Off Our Project, The What Project. Stream that up. Is on all streaming platforms. Go back in my videos and watch that video. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.